Let me guess. You started a new training plan from a shredded influencer who's 22, takes mystery powder, and films every set shirtless while telling you to grind harder, bro. Now your joints feel like they've held together with dental floss, you haven't made progress in weeks, and your motivation's buried somewhere under a pile of laundry and ego. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. Overtraining is not a badge of honor. It's just poor planning with good intentions. And no, you're not hardcore because you maxed out 3 days in a row and now you can't bend over to tie your shoes. If you want to build a program that actually works, one that matches your goals, respects recovery, and doesn't drive you into the pit of burnout and stress-induced cookie binges, then you're in the right place. Today we'll teach you how to coach yourself like a damn professional, not like a fitness LARPer with a six-pack and zero plan. We're going to approach this like a project manager with traps, reverse engineering your goals, planning smart training blocks, and staying away from junk volume and Instagram circus workouts. Let's get into it. First up, why do people overtrain? It's not because they're too disciplined, it's because they're directionless, hyped up, and copying someone else's goals. Overtraining happens when your ambition outpaces your structure. Think of it like trying to drive a Ferrari through a swamp. Just because the engine's loud doesn't mean the wheels are going anywhere. Here's what usually happens. You follow a random 6-day bro split from an influencer. You train like your life's a montage from Rocky 4. You don't sleep enough, eat like a squirrel with ADHD, and never deload. Then you wonder why your libido's dead and you feel like a drywall. In the fitness industry, it profits off this chaos because when your plan fails, they've got another 8-week shred program to sell you. Neat. But the moment you stop outsourcing your discipline and start coaching yourself, that's when things will change. That's when you realize it's not just about reps and sets, it's about systems. Now, before you touch a barbell, you need to answer this simple question. Who are you trying to become? Not, I want to lose 10 pounds, that's a task. I'm talking identity level clarity. Are you building the body of a mountain runner, a barbell savage, a hybrid athlete who can deadlift 500 pounds and run 10 miles for breakfast? Write this down. I am becoming blank. Fill in the blank. Now reverse engineer. What does that person do weekly, monthly, year round? If you want to be a Spartan racer, you better have grip work, running, and full body conditioning. If you want to power lift, you need progressive overload and a nervous system that doesn't cry when it sees a barbell. Start with identity. Then choose your constraints. How many days can you really train per week? How much can you get? How much sleep are you getting? Do you work a 9 to 5, have 3 kids, or live in a monastery? Once you define your goal, in reality, you're no longer programming out fantasy, you're building systems. Stop building workouts, start building blocks. Your program should be a 4 to 6 week training block built around 1 or 2 primary adaptations: hypertrophy, strength, endurance, skill acquisition, metabolic conditioning. Pick one main goal per block. Yes, just one. You're not Neo. You can't bend time and gain 20 pounds of muscle, PR your 5K, and learn how to do splits in a month. Once you've picked your focus, insert your big rocks. These are your 2 to 3 sessions each week that must happen to move the needle. Long run or tempo for runners, heavy squats and deadlifts for strengths, upper body volume for hypertrophy. Everything else is accessory, optional, negotiable. If life throws a wrench in your week, skip fluff, never skip the rocks. Also, rate your weekly sessions by stress. Green being easy, you're thinking you're walking, mobility, easy run. Yellow is moderate, lifting, moderate cardio. Red, your hard days, max effort, long duration, high CNS load. Don't stack red days back to back unless you want to live in a recovery hole. Here's a boring, unsexy truth. Every great coach tracks. If you're not logging your sleep, training volume, intensity, mood, resting heart rate, then you're guessing. Every week you should be asking these questions. Am I progressing? Am I recovering? What's getting better? What's breaking? And have a red flag rule system. If your performance drops for 2 workouts, if your sleep sucks for 3 nights, if you're not motivated for 5 days, it's time to pivot or deload. Not grind harder. You're not a productivity meme. You're a human with physiology. This is when self-coaching becomes self-discovery. You'll notice patterns. You'll see when your ego programs too aggressively. You'll learn which days to push and which days to pull back. You'll stop lying to yourself. Let's be earn recovery, you build around it. Your body adapts during rest, not during deadlifts. Stop treating recovery like an accessory lift. Recovery is this and only this: 7 to 9 hours of sleep, protein and carbs post-training, active rest, stress management. Yes, this means getting off your phone before bed. And no, foam rolling and red light therapy aren't going to save you from a dumpster fire program. If your training is go hard or go home every day, eventually you'll go home permanently with injuries and resentment. Recovery is your reload button. Respect it like you respect your PR. Sometimes overreaching is good if it is strategic, if it is intentional. It's called functional overreaching. When you push slightly beyond recovery for 1 to 2 weeks, followed by it has to have a deload. But that only works if it's planned. Think of it like controlled demolition, not setting the whole building on fire. You should have a build phase, a peak phase, a deload or transition phase, just like periodization in any sport. If your program has no phases, it's not a program, it's just exercise with commitment issues. You will never truly own your training until you build it yourself. Coaching yourself doesn't mean winging, it means planning, executing, adapting, and learning. Every time you write down your own plan, you'll learn where you're weak, where you're aligned to yourself, and where the real grit lives. That's the whole point of the Forge Grit method. Not to blindly follow, but to forge your own damn map. So stop chasing 8-week shortcuts and influencer ad plans, get a pen, get your calendar, and build a block that actually aligns with your life. That's how you grow. Stop overtraining and start becoming the kind of athlete that doesn't just train hard, but trains smart, relentlessly, intentionally. Because this isn't just about sets and reps, it's about mindset. This is the Coach Yourself playlist, and this is the Forge Grit method.